Well, good morning, everyone. It is Friday, and that means it is coffee chat time. And I am with my special guests, Craig and Libby Kahnke. Did I do it right? Yes.
Got it right. Yep.
Yes. From CK Tech Security, and we're here to talk about security and keeping your home safe, which your home is your biggest asset, right? So we're going to be talking about that today. So tell us a little bit about your business and how you came to be.
Well, I got out of the military in 2004 and took the first job I could find. I just knew I didn't want to be in the military anymore. So took a job with what was then Brink's Home Security, which was very highly regarded. They're a big competitor with ADT, and they were around for quite some time. And it was actually in Sacramento. And fell in love with it instantly.
Nice.
Being in people's houses and knowing we're making a difference in their peace of mind. And I quickly knew I had a knack for it because I went from trainee to one of the lead service guys within 6 or 8 months. So really enjoyed it. And then obviously I wanted to move back to Montana and came here and worked for Kenco. Ran another company called Big Sky Security. And then went back to school, went and did some smart home things at Vans, Remember Vans,
yeah.
And that's where I got into the smart home and audio video side of things. And then graduated from school and went and took another job at another business in town in security. And then when they sold, I decided to go out on my own.
Nice.
And knew that I could offer a lot of different things, right? Besides just alarms or just home theater, you know what I mean? So I just had a passion for it since day one, and this is where we're at.
Nice.
So yeah, nice. I love it. Every day I love it. It can be challenging, and trying to maintain a high level of service in this this economy and this world with the COVID and trying to maintain our staffing and stuff. It's been very challenging, but every day, I'm happy where I'm at. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
And so you two are married.
Yeah.
So did you meet in the security business or?
No, actually, just through a mutual friend. I guess you could stay in school.
Yeah. Okay.
She was at MSU Billings, and so was I, and through a friend, and we just hit it off.
Nice.
Hit it off.
So you're working together. How's that going?
Yep,
Pretty
good. It's tough. It's much better now. We have great support staff that the paperwork is not on our desks or on our kitchen table at home anymore, right?
Yeah.
So that's helped out a lot.
Yeah.
So it's the more people we can bring on board and help us with this. She's really good at these type of things. I'm not the kind of like the public face she is.
We're kind of that opposites. You know what I mean? Like he has lots of strengths that are weaknesses for me, and vice versa. So we kind of like equal each other out a little bit. And kind of, you know what I mean?
Right.
So he's very structured and I'm very flowy and ditzy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You complement each other.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it works great.
So what tips would you have for people to keep their home secure?
Well, obviously, for us, lighting is a big thing.
Okay.
Activating lighting randomly, which we can do. Just basics without any alarm system. Obviously, just make it look like you're at your house, even if you're not.
Yeah.
Have someone come in and check in, make sure everything's locked, and leave a light on all night, and then the next day don't. Things like that. Don't post on Facebook about the trip you're going on.
Yes.
Don't. Especially around the holidays, it's a really, really bad time.
Yeah.
Just don't leave yourself vulnerable because we used to live in an era where locking your doors wasn't necessarily a huge thing, but those are basic things that you have to do now, and some people still forget, and you have to be religious about that.
Yeah, totally.
we have, for like our smart home that we have at home, we actually have a vacation mode.
Okay.
So when we go on vacation, our TV will turn on certain times with lights, so it's basically, a cycle that it goes through, but it shows people that we're home,
right,
or it appears to be that way.
That's
so, awesome. We always suggest someone doing something like that as well, having, the lights and,
move your vehicles around, even, like I said, even without a smart home system, making it appear like that your home is a huge
Like not
deterrent.
leaving your trash bin out.
Oh,
weeks.
that's one of
Yeah.
them.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
100%.
Having someone bring
Yep.
your trash bin in.
Yeah.
That's a big one, actually.
Yeah, or
So-
mail.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, collecting your mail.
Absolutely.
'Cause not everybody can have a Kevin McAllister at home when
Right.
they go on Christmas
Yeah.
vacation.
Right.
Yeah.
To move little people around
Yeah.
in the windows.
Yeah, I could
So-
see you maybe doing
It's
that.
all-
Yeah. We can set that
I'm
up.
for
on the
hire.
meter.
I'm for hire. I'll be that guy that just does this in the window. I am short like he is. So what is your base? So if someone wanted to get a home security system, what is the minimum price that they would spend?
We have a package that comes with a basic touchscreen keypad and up to 5 sensors, whether it's window, door, motion, glass break, smoke detector, flood sensor, carbon monoxide, and yeah, I mean, a lot of those things are not only for protecting people from getting in, but you leave your pets at home during the day. You want to know peace of mind. It's not always about people breaking in, right? It's about just knowing what's going on at your house when you're not there.
Yeah.
So a $399 package for all those up to 5 sensors and the keypad and the install, and then the basic monitoring rate, $35 a month.
That's not
And
bad.
no, and we don't do anything on phone lines. So there are a few places in town and other companies that will offer a base package of $25 or $30 a month, but they don't necessarily tell you that that's if they're monitoring on the phone line at your house, which not a lot of people have. So we don't really that's not even where we start, because the phone line is a very vulnerable thing as well. Anybody can go outside and cut your phone line, so we don't really even offer that unless someone already has that in place and wants to use that. You know what I mean? So
one thing that I've heard lots of is, I don't need a security system. I have a dog. I don't want to make.
Yeah, I have a big dog.
Yeah, and I always say, well, who's going to protect your dog?
Yeah.
Because we've had instances where there's been break-ins and the dog has been injured. You know what I mean? And so, don't rely on your.
They're a great deterrent, and they're
Yeah.
great. They're great for when you're home and to make you aware of something. But when you're not there, the dog is, unfortunately. I mean, there's not much a dog's going to do to someone that really wants in.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if they really want in, they're gonna get in.
Yeah.
Especially, I know a lot of the crimes that are happening are because of drugs.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
when you're on meth, you don't care.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even think they feel it.
Right.
Yeah, they're just opportunistic. They're looking for an easy way in. They're not methodical. They're not. So if it's a ground floor window or an egress window, we don't worry about a lot of like second floor windows or things you got to have a ladder to get into. It's just they're looking for an opportunity, and that's why, again, vehicles and driveways are a huge problem as well. So that's another thing for us is we offer cameras that have the ability to notify you instantly when they detect a person, not just any random dog or cat roaming through the neighborhood. And then we can set off sirens on that camera. You can talk through that camera. It can trip the alarm system if it's armed. It can turn on lights. So not only, a lot of people have motion lights on their house, but to us that's not a really huge deterrent because it's just a motion light, right? So what we offer is the ability to put in smart switches that work in conjunction with those cameras. So instead of just a random motion light, you actually can turn on the lights inside the garage, or the lights in the house, or the soffit lights underneath the eaves, or the sconces, and that makes it appear that someone is actually there, and someone sees you, and someone is about to come out and confront you.
Yeah.
And then boom, they're out of there.
Yeah.
We've had multiple instances of we have tons of video footage of our cameras alerting, just making a noise and strobing a strobe light, and people just they're out of there. They don't want. They're just going to find an easier target.
Right.
And that's what we want them to do. I guess. I mean that
Well, yeah, and
So-
you guys were saying before we started that was it 70% of burglars go through the front door?
right through the front door, and it's in the middle of the day.
So lock your doors,
Yeah.
people, and lock your cars.
Yeah, cars are a big thing.
And take your personal possessions out of your
Yes,
car.
yes. It's only a matter of time before it happens to you. It's just unfortunate the world we live in. They ride their bikes or walk up and down the street 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and they're checking car doors.
Yeah.
Checking car doors.
Well, and another thing,
happened,
too-
It happened to us.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen
You know,
that with my
it's-
husband.
People have sort of this, perception of safety when they live in sort of a nice neighborhood and things like that.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, criminals don't steal from other criminals. I mean, they do, but
Yeah.
you don't go to the lesser neighborhoods or
Right.
crappy neighborhoods, you know,
Right.
to steal because there's nothing to steal. So they go to the, you know, to the nicer neighborhoods and
Yeah.
steal from where they know there's stuff.
Oh, it's so true. We used to live like way on the west end, and there was no streetlights at all.
Right.
That's the worst. With
Yeah,
those
it is
streetlights.
really bad. And my husband's car got like broken into several times, tools and everything. So
Yeah.
it's not good. So yeah, it doesn't matter really where you live.
No, it
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't at all.
Yeah.
And we're seeing some issues on the outside of town, like you know, smaller farms and some of the ranches that are just on the outskirts, whether it be Shepherd or Laurel or Park City. You know, they're looking, you know, a single driveway in and out, easy access. You know, we can monitor gates, you know, so that, and it can be cell, so it doesn't have to be close to your house, right? So we can put a battery powered monitor on a gate that works off the Verizon or AT&T network that can notify you instantly anytime that gate opens or closes.
Okay.
Very simple, affordable, $150 device with a $10 fee per month.
Not bad.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of ways that we can protect your home or your shop or your business, or, you know, we do a lot of big commercial projects for security, and, you know, so there's a lot of the ways to.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you because it's not just homes. You also
No,
do commercial.
absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely. We do some commercial access control for card access. That way you can monitor who's coming and going and get notifications when someone unlocks a door, and you know, tracking employees and not having to rekey the doors when someone leaves, or
That's nice.
you know, a lot of Airbnbs, a lot of VRBOs that can.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so we you know, we put a basic system in that has a keypad door entry, and then, you know, you can put a temporary code in there just for that weekend, and it automatically erases.
That's
You
Kind
know,
of like a hotel.
That's
yep,
great.
and they can, you know, a smart thermostat for those scenarios as well. You know, you get a weekend renter that's from the south, and they want to turn the heat way up, and then
Yes.
you go there 4 days later, and it's 85 degrees in the house,
Yes.
and you know, all your margins are gone for that rental. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So there's
yeah.
a lot of things we can do in that realm.
And that'd
as
be
well.
a great idea too if you've got the snowbirds that, you know, leave for
Oh, yeah.
Arizona,
Oh,
and
100%.
you know, they can
Yep.
keep their
Yep.
temperature right.
Yeah, and get
so
if their furnace goes out, they don't have to have a house
Yeah.
sitter. You know, if their furnace goes out, we can send an instant notification. You know, we have smart water valves as well. You can arm your
Oh.
system, and when your system's armed, it shuts the water valve off.
Nice.
You know, things like that.
That's
So
fancy.
yeah, yeah. You know, we don't have to worry about flood sensors then,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah.
you know, if your house freezes, at least the water's not going to be. You know, you come home to, you know, the basement's, you know, 3 feet of water in
Yeah.
the basement. I mean, we've seen it 100 times.
Yes.
You know,
Mhm.
I'm sure you have as well. So
Yep.
yeah.
They don't unplug the hoses.
Yep,
Or
the spigot
yeah.
freezes, or
Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah. It happens for sure. So tell us a little bit about your smart home features that you offer.
Yeah, so we do everything from lighting automation to obviously home theater. You know, I mentioned thermostats, smart locks, smart garage door control is a huge thing. I mean, you know, our busy lifestyle, everybody's, you know, running out of the house in the morning, and you get halfway to work and you wonder if you forgot to shut the garage door or not. We have setups where we can, you know, with Control 4, it's really advanced. We can integrate the alarm with we can harness the power of the alarm sensors and use that for automation, right? So you're not overlapping with equipment. So we can use the alarm sensor that's built into the security panel and have that talk to our smart home brain with Control 4, and it can say, okay, you know, it's been 30 minutes and, you know, your garage door is still open. Are you okay with that? You know what I mean? Send
That's
you a quick
nice.
notification, and use it for a lot of features. You know, use an alarm motion sensor to turn on your lights. So the alarm is not technically part of the automation system. It's two different hardware pieces, but we can have that motion sensor talk to the lights.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So when you walk in a room, the lights go on.
Yeah, I've got a client that has that in his like walk-in closet.
Mhm.
You just walk in, it pops on.
Yep.
I was like, "Oh, this is sweet."
Yep.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. You know, occupancy sensors is what we call them, where, you know, it depending on what time of day, it determines how bright that light comes on as well,
wow.
and what color you want that light to go to.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? So
There's all sorts of.
yeah,
a warm morning ambiance, and then late at night you could have, you know, maybe a cooler light.
Oh
or
wow.
So we have the ability to where, you know, you step out of bed and there's a sensor under the bed that lights up indirect lighting for you to go use the restroom or whatever. So you're not having to look for the lights
Yeah.
and then get blinded by those lights.
And wake up your spouse.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
whatever.
Yep. So you step your feet off the bed and then those lights come on.
Oh my,
You
is
know?
it like a path of light?
Like an airplane, yeah, like the emergency exit. Exactly. Yeah, we can do that.
That's kind of
You know?
cool.
But what we've done is just the glowing underneath the bed. But absolutely,
you
got a project that you want us to do that with, we certainly can, because we actually have the ability to put LEDs inside in the drywall, right? So that so it goes in when the house is being framed, and they drywall right up next to it. So it's a smooth surface, and it's an LED light. We can go up the wall into the ceiling to make, very modern type lighting. We can do some stuff like that too.
That's awesome.
And we're just waiting for more projects and more demand too. You know what I mean? You get a lot of the builders tend to lean towards the electrician for the lighting.
Oh,
and there's a lot of options. You can go to the lighting store and pick out chandeliers and pick out sconces and pick out things, but if you really want something that's state of the art, you need to have an integrator like us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that would be hard to do it yourself. I wouldn't.
Well, yeah, even electricians, they don't. It's not really in their realm either.
Right.
So
the one thing that I saw the other day was the contractor had put lighting in, but he had 3 separate switches that were right next to each other, whereas
which is the norm,
right? Which is what we do is we tie those together, so it's only one switch, and then the lighting, like this would turn purple while this would turn red. Like they weren't matching.
Yeah.
And so you'd want the lights to match,
right?
Because that's more aesthetically pleasing within the home.
Yes.
And that comes from tying them all together and making them all on the same timer. And then one easy access instead of it literally was 3 switches right next to each other.
What's this one do?
Right. And what we try to do as a company is, keep in mind the aesthetics of the home. We work with a lot of, high-end homes and the customers, they want to keep their beautiful high-end home. So we really try to focus on the aesthetics for the customers. So.
Yeah, because you guys just recently did one of the Parade of Homes, correct?
Yeah. We do work with LC every year, depending on what projects he has.
Shout out to Cody and
Yeah.
Lanissa. I think Lanissa's watching actually right now. Best security company in town. Hi, Lanissa.
We appreciate Lanissa and Cody very much. I love working with those guys.
Yeah,
Cody is on top of his projects, and he understands the quality that we bring, and I like to, he reciprocates, with his appreciation, and we really like working with their projects. I mean, their house they built last year. We were in that house, the one that won the parade.
It's amazing.
Unreal, right?
Yeah.
And we just, we did a lot of audio there and security and things, but we haven't even scratched the surface on some of the lighting and some of the smart home stuff we can do.
Yeah.
But I mean, it didn't matter in that house. I mean, it was the house is unreal. So we did a lot of nice stuff there, but that build was just unbelievable. So it was going to win no matter. We didn't even have to be in there for that.
Yeah,
So,
it's beautiful.
yeah.
I'm a little mad at Lanissa though because they ditched us to have a baby on Wednesday.
Yeah, what the heck, Lanissa? But then I wouldn't have been able to go to the Builder Parade.
Yeah.
Oh, you had their ticket?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I love it.
So thanks again.
Yeah.
It worked out for me.
They invited us, and then we found out they were going to have a baby. Like, did we really want to go now?
Of course you do.
Yeah, no. It was great.
It's a good sign.
It was fun.
Plus, we would have probably not have connected
Set this up,
soon.
yep.
I mean, eventually,
Absolutely.
probably.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it worked out well.
It was funny.
It's good to see all the houses.
Yeah, it was fun.
It is fun. It is fun. So, like theater setup. Tell me a little bit about that. What you
Yeah, another huge passion of ours. The dedicated home theaters isn't quite the industry it was 10 years ago, just because of the fact that now everybody can buy an 80-inch TV for $1,200.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough for
our screen.
Oh, your screen.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So but
Big screen.
they are still a lot of fun to do, and I mean the different formats of surround sound you can get now with what the new sound resolutions like Dolby Atmos, where you can go 13, 15, 19 channels of sound out of one unit. It's just incredible the things they can do with the 4K resolution and the high dynamic ranges. I mean, there's some really cool stuff going on in that world, but it's tough to convince people to go away from their simple sound bar. But you still have to have for home theater. You still want to have a nice, dark, dedicated area. You know what I mean?
Windows.
Yep, exactly. Yep, and we can automate the blinds, which is nice. So and the lighting all works. So you hit watch on the remote, and it automatically dims the lights, automatically puts the blinds down.
That's nice.
Yeah, and custom buttons on that. So if you wanna, button 1 goes to 10% lighting, button 2 goes to 20% lighting. So it's all very easy to do once you have our smart home brain in place. But I obviously love audio. It's my favorite thing about any home that we do is sound, right? So I'm very peculiar on what I use for products for sound quality, because I like to blow people away with the sound that you can get out of a pair of speakers in the ceiling, versus just their little desktop Bluetooth thing. Bluetooth is a dirty word in our industry.
Yeah, you're saying that.
Yeah. They strip the music of any of its detail. They compress it so much that it's not even what they intended it to be. So we pride ourselves on full digital quality. And when you convert that to analog, you have to have really good processors to do that. And Control 4, our smart home platform, prides themselves on their sound quality out of their smart home, out of their brain. So that little brain can not only run all your lights, run your security, run your cameras, run your garage door control, run your thermostats, all your locks, everything. It also has high resolution music streaming services built in. So
will it do my laundry?
Well, all you have to do is have one of those Samsung smart laundry machines, and yes.
Are you kidding?
Well,
I was just joking.
Have you seen that robot that folds your laundry? Have you seen that? Oh, we'll have to show you that
Where do
video.
I purchase that?
Yeah, right? No, I think it's going to be a mass marketed product.
Oh, wow.
So you just pile your laundry. I don't know how it works for sure. I watched it a little bit. I'm like, you still have to lay it out for it, right? You can't.
You can just dump the.
That'd be nice. I don't know if that's the case, but that'd be nice. Yeah.
So I always get made fun of, because we were talking about this a little bit, about the wired earbuds versus Bluetooth. So you're
Respect.
saying, so thank you.
That is the way to do it.
Yes. So Bluetooth is you're ruining the quality of audio.
Ruining it.
Thank you for all of you that make fun of me and my old ways with the wired.
To step it up a notch, you gotta.
You know who you are.
Subscribe to Tidal for your audio streaming. Then you'd really be stepping up.
Okay.
Because Pandora is fairly compressed. Spotify is compressed quite a bit as well.
Oh, really?
But there's streaming services like Tidal, which is what I try to encourage people to use, especially with our Control 4 system, where it maintains the high resolution of that audio file.
Oh.
So it's as good as you can get to the natural recording, when it's uncompressed that way.
Is that spelled like Title?
Tidal, just Tidal Wave, Tidal. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Oh,
it's just like Pandora
Really?
or Spotify, but they pride themselves on uncompressed audio streaming.
Okay.
So if you're on your data plan and you have limited data, it may not be such a good thing when you're walking down, jogging down
running down the street.
Yeah, running down the trail. You might burn up your data plan using it, but.
But if I get home.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Oh, I just learned something new.
Yep. So there's a lot of ways to listen to your music the way it's meant to be listened to. I'm a big fan of records still.
I am too.
Analog to analog.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
you know what I mean? I have a record player at home, and I have my.
Do you have a collection?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not huge.
Really?
I only have maybe 40, 45.
I got you beat.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I'm an amateur when it comes to collecting records. I had a client that moved out of the area, and he gave me a stack, and it doubled my record collection. A bunch of really good classic rock ones and stuff.
So what is your favorite kind of music?
I listen to everything. I'm a music freak. I listen to everything from electro to I love old country and red dirt country, like the new Texas country. Some of that stuff. I just anything but like pop country for me.
Oh yeah.
Anything but pop. I'm not a huge fan of.
NSYNC fan?
Well, I'd rather listen to NSYNC than some of the stuff that's on now.
True.
But yeah, I'm a huge electro fan. Always have been. Classic rock, obviously.
Yeah.
Old country. There's
Bluegrass.
I love bluegrass. I love blues. A lot
jazzy.
of it. I love when they. I love the blends of different music scenes and stuff. It's just there's nothing that I won't listen to.
So when he was calibrating our system at home, we got a knock on the door from the police. So you can kind of, our neighbors were apparently feeling our music too.
Oh,
heavily.
wow.
So
yeah,
it was just a calibration. It was like 8 o'clock at night.
Our next house is going to be outside of town.
Yeah, so you can just really pump the music.
Yeah, you have to feel the music. You can't just hear it.
You have to feel it. Yeah, you have to feel the bass.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel that bass
going through your whole body.
Yeah. Even in my work van, I put a $5,000 audio system in my work van.
Don't
tell people that.
You didn't hear any of that. Well, they don't know what work van is yours.
That's true.
No, the rest of them don't have it.
Yeah, you have to many.
I mean, I spent a few days just sound deadening it, and I mean, it's an OCD thing for me.
Yeah.
You know. So. Yeah, when I get done with we have professional calibration on every audio system that we do. We take a microphone and we sit it in that room, and it doesn't matter if it's a theater or a 2-channel system, like in-home, like distributed audio, like we did at the parade.
Yeah.
We have a professional calibration system that goes through every room and calibrates.
Yeah, and it's actually, it shows up, like a graph basically, so that you can kind of see like where the waves are moving throughout the room.
That's awesome.
Because you want it to be, obviously sitting in this spot, I would want, the music to kind of be swimming around me as opposed to over there.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's cool.
Well, it takes away the anomalies in the room as well. So every room's different, and there's no room that's designed for sound except for a sound room. Your kitchen is not that room.
No.
So it takes those anomalies and it tries its best, and it does a great job of changing those decibel levels throughout all the frequencies and adjusting it for the response that is as accurate as it can be, even though it's bouncing off tile and things like that.
That's cool.
Well, and even things that are temporarily in the room, furniture and things like that, those actually impact sound.
Okay.
So if someone rearranges their furniture, we need to recalibrate it.
Oh wow, that's so interesting.
Yep.
Huh. Very cool. So it's very, very detailed. Very.
Well, yeah. I can go down a rabbit hole of sound for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like people see us as security company because that's our bread and butter work. But if you go into any of the homes that we've done audio in, you'd be impressed. Like I told Calvin at Friar's Head that one we did I said, you gotta turn it up. There's a lot of people in here now. You should turn up the music.
Yeah.
I can't even hear it. There's so many people in here. I'm like, let them hear the music. That's what that's for us. The home builders. The parade is one of those things where it's awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if it's like gives our an image of the smart home provider,
right?
Unless I'm like interrupting everybody that's looking at the countertops
like,
hey, listen to this. Hey, come see the rack in the mechanical room. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's tough.
Yeah. And one thing too, with sound is like our house, we have several different zones, which is how you'd set up any home. So Craig can be jamming out to whatever it is down in the basement, and I can be jamming out to whatever I want to listen to.
That's nice.
And the kids upstairs can listen to their Disney music or whatever,
That's
so
awesome.
However, if you really want to bump it, then you can set all the zones to play at the same time.
That's cool.
So the whole house is a huge amplifier, basically.
That's awesome. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I know you're
outdoors.
I know you're a music fan. I know you are. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
We actually have speakers that look like rocks in our. So when you look outside, you can't see speakers.
Outside.
Yep. But and then of course they're winter, that kind of stuff. They're fine for all weather.
Oh nice.
And we also have like a subwoofer. You'd have to explain it. You actually stick it into the ground, and it actually it uses the ground basically to amplify.
Man.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Yeah, we bury a sub in the ground, and all it has coming out of the ground is a little dome. So it's very non-intrusive, but adds. We do a lot of pool audio projects in the summer, and we audio around the pool and at the pool house. It really really sets the tone for the atmosphere.
Little party action.
Yeah, totally.
It becomes one of their favorite things about the pool, right?
Oh,
is how great it sounds. Like how can you make it sound so good outside? Like
that's awesome.
It's all in design.
Very cool. Well, I would definitely contact these guys if you are needing security, home theater, or smart home stuff, because yeah, you guys are awesome and you know your stuff. So.
You are awesome. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
doing this
Thanks
with
for
us.
saying yes.
Yeah, no, it's obviously not my forte to sit in front of a camera.
Oh,
but
you're doing great.
yeah, no, I mean, like, you ask me questions about my business, and I can sit here and ramble all
Yeah.
day. So
Yeah.
we appreciate that. We appreciate you asking us to do it.
Yeah, because it was funny. We were at a parade of homes, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to do a coffee chat? Let's do it."
Sure.
Sure thing. So what's the best way to contact you?
You can email me or you call our office, 670-4858. My email address is craig@cktechmt.com.
Okay.
And
Our website is
our website, cktechmt.com. You can enter in your information there. Stop by our showroom, 455 Moore Lane. We're here. Someone's always here from 8 to 2, and then by appointment after that. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you guys on Facebook?
Oh yeah,
as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
absolutely.
Awesome.
Yep. We share as much as we can in this busy.
Yes.
Busy.
It's hard. Social media is hard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But you're a master.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
like
don't know
I said,
about that.
we're sitting here with the savant of social
That's
media.
so fun at social media. Maybe that will be my new tagline. I like that. That's awesome. Well, thanks again, you guys.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it. This is Libby and Craig, and you guys have an excellent weekend. Oh, Harvest Fest is happening on Saturday. You guys gonna go? Pumpkin beers.
I think we're gonna go out to Laurel actually
Ooh,
and
there you
pick
go.
some pumpkins.
There you
and,
go.
Oh, at TC Farms probably.
Oh yeah.
And stop by Harley Davidson.
Oh yeah, they're having
doing
a
things.
chili
Oh,
cook-off
they're
there.
doing that again? Because
Yeah.
I know they used to do that. But hey, there you go. There's all sorts of things to do this weekend. Pick your
Great time of
hobbies.
year to be outside.
It
It
is.
is.
Finally.
Perfect.
Finally.
Perfect time.
Finally. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and
Thank you.
have a great weekend. Bye.